Dots. Dots. Recurring! Thank goodness you're finally awake. I've spent the past 30 minutes calculating the odds of you being indefinitely incapacitated or immobilized. I'm relieved to find my pessimism was misplaced and that you appear to be okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? I'm fine. However, whoever ambushed us clearly wasn't interested in causing either of us serious harm. After you collapsed, my power systems were jammed. It took me 10 minutes to reboot and call an ambulance. The doctors were originally worried that you may have suffered a concussion, but thankfully that isn't the case. What's strange is that there isn't any evidence of impact trauma to your head at all. My best calculations indicate you were hit with some kind of neurological scrambler. There is serious military hardware difficult to obtain, but that type of non-lethal electrical field would interrupt my systems as well. A mil-spec neuroscrambler fits the bill. Why did they attack you? Why did they have to attack you? Who do you think did this? Perhaps a big multinational corporation or even an actual government. I now believe my original hypothesis to have been correct. Hayden must have been kidnapped by a powerful organization looking to get control of his research. Crashing our apartment was probably a cover for the theft and the data cache we were looking for. And why did they attack us and just leave? If we walked in on them while they were searching the apartment for Hayden's files, I could understand them stunning us to make their escape. But the probability that they're actually after me, or rather the research behind my creation, is high. Leaving me when I was vulnerable makes no sense. Maybe they didn't recognize you? That seems unlikely. Even the most casual access to Haynes' research would have turned up physical descriptions of me, and even if they weren't sure, well, I'd play it better safe than sorry if I were them. We were at the scene of the crime, so to speak. Surely interrogating us would have cost them a little. Did you see who hit us? No, I didn't. They hit us from behind, and nothing showed up on my optics before I was disrupted. They either had cloaking of some kind, or were just very careful making their way into the apartment. My optics, well, not top of the line, are better than off-the-shelf ROMs, and I should have been able to detect any thermal changes from someone being there. Did they just sneak in the front door while we were rummaging? Well, when my RAM got scrambled, I lost a few seconds of memory that hadn't yet been written to my data drive. Anyway, the nurses told me that they do want you to stay overnight for observation recurring. A sound precaution to be sure, but if we were hit with a neuroscrambler, not a blunt object, it's a waste of time. I won't presume to make medical decisions for you, but perhaps we should pressure them for your release today. It's just Hayden's trail is getting cold. Oh, before I forget, here are your belongings. Nurses had me hold on to them for you until you awoke. Here's your ID card. Don't lose this again. Okay. Here are those headphones you reviewed. Okay. I noticed the article on your computer before. Good job getting published. Thank you, Terry. Just let me know when you want to leave. Excuse me. I don't mean to be a busybody, but you see, visitors are so rare these days. Have I ever heard that your friend has gone missing? Well, has Chang been sitting there by your side this entire time? What is... Doesn't take headphones like these to hear Turing loud and clear all the time. Let's take a look at our man. You seem to be doing okay. Cool. Okay, well, let's open this. See what's up. Oh, hi. Hello, patient. Better now. Once again, I'm sorry for being nosy, but while you were perhaps speaking of Hayden Weber, he's an old friend of mine, and I would be most concerned if it indeed were he whom you were discussing. Who are you? Of course, I have not yet introduced myself. You are quite right to be wary, assuming the seriousness of the situation. I am Dr. Yannick Farlight, founder and former CEO of System 1 Software. I met Hayden during the course of the merger between Parallax and my company. He's telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from the information on the meshnet. And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight at least once in passing at some point. Ah, I see. Confirmation of my identity. Were you listening in on our conversation? Apologize for that. It wasn't difficult to overhear bits of every conversation in this room on a noisy day. I may not regret it, however, if the situation indeed concerns us both. Perhaps we can help each other. I will not press you for information, but perhaps I can be of some assistance? I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I would be happy to help in any way I can. I have nothing better to do, regardless. You're Hayden's ex-boyfriend. I don't know that for sure. I guess. I don't know. How'd you meet Hayden? I don't know, damn. What are you doing here? It's quite a coincidence that we find ourselves here sharing a room, but such things happen from time to time. It's not so mysterious. It's up to us to seize the opportunity when it appears. I'm getting a bit on in years, and this chair you find me in is advanced diagnostic and life support realm. Its development is one of my hobbies, so to speak. Monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable. I likely would have perished long ago without her, or at least would have been severely bedridden. Requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here at the hospital to have it serviced. Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once, and my appointment has been pushed back. Okay, also disabled characters and stuff. Like, this is awesome. Oh, this game is so good. Please just make more. Make 1,000 games, please. The hospital administrators were concerned about me, and thus they placed me in a room with a quiet patient so that I could continue my work while waiting. I do not think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did. Okay, so how did you meet Hayden? Hayden and I met and made our acquaintance when Parallax and my company underwent a merger. At the time, Hayden was merely a young hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into the System 1's LIPS operating system. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly, but I admire his passion for the project. You said former CEO? Ah, yes. Former. I accepted a lower position after the merger at Parallax, though that, too, did not last. The new board of directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the new company should take. The distribution meshnet that current generation ROMs use was, at the time, highly experimental, and I felt that a non-centralized data scheme was dangerous, both from internal and external threats. I have been proven wrong so far, but the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of the meshnet is incredibly expensive. There were other disagreements, but in the end I was voted off the board of directors and exited from the company. It would have been dishonest to say that there are no hard feelings, but I'm still a very wealthy man, and I found other projects to occupy my time. So we have rich science dad to help us out. This is nice. You know anything about Hayden's research? His research? No, not so much. I remember at the time he had an interest in advanced machine sapiens, but that is the realm of science fiction. He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever and very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations? Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing, and she is recurring. Did you say she? Ah, yes. She was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself, pastel pink. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she, if you are spearheading the research for your creator. Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby. Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his past research. I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be. If I ever knew any more about her, I have forgotten. although I still have some connections within Parallax. Should I stumble over any information about your erstwhile sibling, I will pass it your way. Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. Okay, well, we found out Turing has a sister. Okay. Of course, ask away. What do you want? What do I want? I wish to be young again and off exploring uncharted ruins. But right now, with you two, I simply wish to help. I have these resources, and it sounds like our mutual friend is in trouble. How can you help? Well, I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax, and I can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they will know something. Other than that, I'm not sure what I can do, but I'm wealthy and bored, so I'm sure I'll come up with something. Okay, I really like him. He's rich, bored, disabled. He's like disabled Batman. I love it. Perhaps you'll tell me about your investigation. What did you find at Hayden's apartment? The first time we met, nothing. The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to gather up his computer's data cache, the place had been pillaged and the human revolution had spray-painted slogans all over the walls. Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. We were still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach. I'm failing him. I'm sorry to hear that. It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight. Right, Recurring? We should trust him, Turing. If you say so. Dr. Fairlight, thank you for your help. Of course. I'm happy to offer my assistance. I think I have a lead for you to follow up on, just off the top of my head. You said you found Human Revolution slogans spray-painted on the walls. I'm acquaintances with the man leading the current Human Revolution protests at the Genus Clinic. His name is Brian Mulberry. After an introduction from me, he may be willing to shine some light on that particular event. If it was just some hot-headed youths from the organization, it should be an easy cleanup. If not, that's useful information in itself. How do you know him? Well, when I exited Parallax after the merger, I sought out like-minded individuals to put pressure on the company to avoid full deployment of the MeshNet system. Brian Mulberry is one such person. Fairlight, I keep reading names. We did not succeed in our efforts, but a high-profile breach of Parallax's servers did force them to put vastly larger efforts into network security than they had planned. Okay. That's interesting. Great expenditure of resources I had been hoping to avoid. Thank you for helping us out like this. I will send a message downstairs to my assistant, Leon Decker. Decker. He is distinctive. I do not think you will have any problems finding him. He will present you with one of my cards to prove your association with me to Mr. Mulberry. Make sure you speak to him before you leave. In the meantime, I will get in touch with some other individuals I know and try to find out any other information about Hayden that I might be able to pass on to you. I will be in contact. We should get going, Turing. Of course. Please don't let me delay you any further. Good luck, Turing. I do not think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced. You are an impressive piece of technology. Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. We'll be in touch. Should I call downstairs to have you discharged, Recurring? Yes, please, let's go. Whoa, what the hell is wrong with you? Oh, jeez. Hi, Lexi. Ha ha ha. Hi, Lexi. I can't believe you're still pulling the exact same shit you were years ago. This time it's truly unreal. Do you even realize how bad impersonating an officer is? That's a felony, jackass. I should be slapping you in cuffs and dragging your sorry ass to godforsaken backwater state penitentiary right now. I'm sorry, Detective Rivers. The plan to lift your credentials and use them to access Hayden's apartment was entirely mine. Recurring followed along only in protest. Also, I feel it necessary to mention that though you are understandably upset, such language and imagery is beneath you as a respected officer of the law. Oh, great. The robot did it, huh? I guess I'll just slap you in cuffs then, Turing. That what you want? By all means, I'll heed your lecture and act a little bit more goddamn ladylike, but only when I feel like it. Bet your ass it won't be when I have robots running around pretending to be me. And don't try to shoulder the blame for her. I know that she had to have lent you a hand. It isn't as though you had the hardware to complete the act alone anyway, yeah? Well, actually... Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth since Recurring trusts you. Keep it under your hat, though, metaphorically. I'm actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect my creation is the main reason for Hayden's disappearance, beyond his normal research for parallax. My name is Turing. Whew, that is a damn bigger problem than you first let on, then, huh? The first machine sapient. People are gonna have things to say about that. You sure know how to get yourself dropped into the drink, Recurring. What the hell am I supposed to do with the two of you? I guess I'm letting you off the hook. This time, and only because this time I can let you get away with it. This time, and only because this time I can let you get away with it safely. I don't think anyone will notice your manipulation of that NSBD-ROM, and I doubt anyone will notice I was apparently in two places at once. But, I'll say I'm doing this because I think you're right. Oh no, she's blushing! Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay the investigation of Hayden's disappearance. I filled out the full report and was then informed in no uncertain terms that I was to wait the entire 488 hours before opening an official case. And that's after the break-in and vandalization of his apartment was reported. It's not being squashed completely, so I don't think anyone's been bought, but somebody definitely has some influence, enough to buy themselves time by forcing me to follow protocol to a T. Not that I will, but I'm gonna have to keep things quiet. So stop messing around, Recurring. There's certainly a story here, but if you keep bumbling around, you'll blow it. Just be careful, okay? I've got a bad feeling about this. I'd really rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't going to happen at this point. I just have a hunch that people are going to end up dead over this. I don't want you to be one of them. And I really don't want to be the one making that call to your sister. Please. I'm sorry, Lexi. I'll be careful. I promise. Yeah, I know. Just here. Ooh, yay, we got a zapper. Take this and use it if you have to. Thanks, I hope we won't need it. Me too, Recurring. Be in touch if I find anything out, but don't hold your breath. I have a feeling my superiors are going to keep leaning on me to do nothing. Back to the grind, I guess. See you. Stay safe. You'd best talk to the reception ROM at the desk and officially check out before we go anywhere. You should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr. Decker. He should be somewhere around. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for this week. Sorry the short episodes, but this is the only one I'm not ahead on, and so it's taking a little bit more to do these, because I'm having to do them like each night before they go up and render it and do all this. You get it. Anyway, have a nice night, everyone. I'll see you on Monday.